Good evening and hello to everyone again. Um, I am going to be describing certain situations about different rideshare tubers that unfortunately mislead and create a lot of the problems for Uber drivers, but then benefit after they've created those problems. In this case, we have the simple driver. I believe his name is Calvin. Um, you can see in this particular video 7 myths of Uber referral code bonus money, and he's speaking about how you can make money off of the referrals. Please keep in mind that this gentleman does not drive. He does give you input on how to earn money by doing Uber, in this case by a referral. The referral is a very touchy subject. The referral bonuses have created problems for drivers since day one. It is one of the situations that I have explained to a lot of drivers, to Uber and to Lyft, about the negative outcome of having people like him referring drivers when they themselves do not drive. In my opinion, only full-time drivers should be able to make a referral bonus in order to get other drivers onto the platform. People who sit in their offices not driving should not be able to do that, because all they do is saturate the market with drivers. Keep in mind, they don't know these people. They've never met these people. The only reason why they are signing up for their referral code is because they want them to give they want to get the money from that person. Calvin, let's say, reaches, out of his close to 82,000 subscribers, let's say in this particular day 200 people. Those are 200 extra drivers out there in one market. Now, in one market, meaning it could be LA or it could be Tampa, they could be distributed within all the markets, you never know. However, he's not the only one. That's what I want you to keep in mind. Like him, there are thousands now. Thousands. So if he's referring people, and there's other thousands of drivers referring thousands of drivers, there's only X amount of drivers that are eligible to drive for Uber and Lyft. The turnover of drivers is so bad that most drivers don't spend time doing Uber and Lyft past the time when they got their bonus or their guarantee, because they figure real quick that it's not an easy job. You degrade your car very easily. You also have to deal with a lot of people and their attitudes. You have to deal with all the problems about navigation. You as a person mean money to these guys. You are a symbol of money, just like he has it in this green bag over here. As you can see, this video was about 7 myths of Uber referral codes. You see this video down here? Over $5,000 a month with Uber referrals. Now, in the little screenshot thing he has on the left hand side, 5,000 to 20,000 per month with Uber referrals. Again, guys, don't fall into these traps where you think that you're going to be making these type of earnings. It's not realistic. He has close to 82,000 subscribers, which it's okay for him to have 82,000. I mean, I don't care, 1 million, 3 million YouTube subscribers, but he should not be able to get referral codes out of this because he does not drive. That's where my point comes across. You are totally subjecting the actual drivers to pain by having people like him on the platform who care less how many hours these drivers have to drive in order to earn a living, in which markets. He is in Atlanta. I live in a suburb of LA. The amount of money that he actually tells people they can earn by his gimmicks are not real in my suburb. You have to drive all the way to LA, which is like 45 minutes plus, in order to get LA type of money. There is no way people in suburbs earning the amount of money that he is saying. The referral program oversaturates the market with additional drivers, which allows Uber and Lyft to then lower the rates as much as they want because they have a surplus of drivers. Then who do you think makes videos about how Uber and Lyft are hurting the drivers? You guessed it right. The same people that signed you up. They are the root cause of you earning less because there's an oversaturation of drivers. I would recommend that before you start signing up through these guys' referral bonus code or whatever, you do a little bit of investigation as to who you're doing it with. I would much rather, and this is by no means because he doesn't even know about me, Rideshare Revolution. He actually drives full time. As you can see, he has 10.2k subscribers, way less than the gentleman that I just showed you, which is down here. I don't agree on some of the things that Rideshare Revolution says, but when it comes to driving, I assimilate myself to what he says because we have a lot of driving experience. And because when you have a lot of driving experience, then you can totally understand the actual things that drivers are going to go through. I have not driven in a while. I still have my 4.94 rating. Let's click on the profile. 4.94, 20,174 trips, close to 5 years, countless compliments. Achievements, Rider Preferred 2018 when they still had that program. 10,000 5-star trips, 3 years with Uber. Those 3 years, I mean, obviously you can see up here, it's way more. I don't know why it gets stuck on that. However, these are just a couple of the accolades. They used to have something else that would scroll this way. That has stopped. I don't know why, but I have more 5-star trips than a lot of these rideshare tubers combined. This guy at least drives and can give you useful information in his market. He's in Chicago. I'm in the LA County market. Here's another popular one. Dustin is driving. He's coming up real fast in the rideshare world. He now has, I think,
so
close
Lit Mobile
to
just sent me this
31,000 subscribers. Let me see. 31.3. But he only does Dustin is driving only does the rideshare for part-time, not full-time. My point is, full-time drivers like Rideshare Revolution should have more options to earn referral money than even Dustin is driving, because he only does it part-time. Dustin is driving does not contribute as much to the outcome of how good the Uber or Lyft platforms are going to function in the future for future drivers, because he only does it part-time. Rideshare Revolution does it full-time, so he should have a better amount of money through referrals. My point being is the actual guys that you're subscribing to, and that you are using their referral code makes a big difference in the end on how your overall experience as a driver is going to be. As you can see, this gentleman seems to have a specific color, specific tone, a specific layout for his tiles when he puts up his videos. They're very uniform, so that way he markets, he brands, he makes it known that when you're about to click on a video, you know exactly what you're talking about. A lot of these things that he says, like how to build a website for Uber, you have to remember this is not your business. He wants you as a driver to treat Uber as a business. I agree with him up to a certain point, and you cannot do that because you are not the one writing the checks at the end of the day. You do not make any of the decisions that affect you or that benefit you as a driver. You have zero control over that. So if you do not have any control over your future in those outcomes, then don't spend more money than you have to trying to chase these grand amounts of money that are not going to come to you, especially if you do not live in a big city. If you live in a suburb, forget it. You're not going to be making anywhere close to the amounts of money that people like him are saying that you're going to make. Even with the promotions, the quest, everything else. Like in this one, he says it's $6,000 a month with Uber, and then of course he's gonna tell you, of course it is. You could totally make 6,000. It's not. How I made over $100,000 with Uber. I'll tell you how he made $100,000 by getting a lot of referral codes, by not driving. He is hurting you as a driver. He is not going to be there for you when those mechanical issues arise with your vehicle because you have burnt it to the ground by driving so much and making him money. These are the sort of things you have to look out for drivers. As a driver, see, a lot of these guys always are very quote-unquote helpful. They want to help you. They only want to help you because you mean money to them. You are a dollar sign to them. That's all you are. I haven't seen one rideshare tuber do a video on how they can help you do, like, let me scroll out, like how to help you drive in a specific area. For instance, if we go to LA, imagine it's rush time hour. You're trying to get someone from, let's say, the Eagle Rock area, okay? The Eagle Rock area to LAX. On the map, it does not look like it's that far away. You can see Eagle Rock is just right up here. There's Eagle Rock Boulevard. See it from here to LAX? That's an easy hour and a half if you don't do things right when you're driving in rush hour. Why don't these so-called helpful referral people who want to make you a successful driver tell you what streets you can cut across, which ones are the best if the freeways are congested, where you cannot make any other moves but go through the actual streets in order to get to these destinations without that much hassle? There's not a lot. I've never seen anyone actually even point something out. That's a tip. To me, that's a helpful tip. But to these guys, a helpful tip is telling you, clean your car once a day, once a week, or build a website. We need things that are actually gonna help us get good ratings. We're going to get a positive note on our day when we make the money that is realistic to our market. These guys do not show you that. So be very careful who you're signing up with. Another problematic another problematic channel is this guy, because he doesn't drive. Well, I mean, it's just coincidence, but proof the rideshare hub doesn't drive. Here he is revealing the two-phone Uber trick that Tornstein, who is also known as the rideshare professor, did like 4 years ago. Um, it's just sad. Even like these guest people that he has on his channel, the acting is so bad. Like, for instance, when you see, if you were to click on this one, the how I make $26 an hour driving Uber in 2019, the girl never goes into her app to show you the screenshot of the earnings on the left hand side. I just went into my app. See what I mean? That would be proof that that person is actually driving and making the amount of money they say. I can go open my app, simply click on my profile here, and it'll show you the earnings. Since I haven't driven in a while and I need to update my documents like the car inspection, etc., then it doesn't let's see, this week it doesn't show you what I've earned in the past recent times, because I don't have any recent transactions. So this would be a good way when they open their app and they actually go into their app in order to see their earnings. That would be a good way to prove that whoever that person he's inviting onto the channel is really earning the amount of money they're saying. Now also keep in mind that it's not it's not about how much money they make per hour, is how much money do they make per hour after the
Hey guys, what's
cost
up? My name is
of
Crystal
running
and welcome back to
the,
the Rideshare Hub. Today I'm going to be going over a week of earnings, but
their
before I get
driving
into this
business
video,
per
please
se.
give it a thumbs up and that would help
Let's
us out
see.
so much. Also, feel free to subscribe to the
saying
channel to
welcome,
receive more videos on Uber and Lyft. And also, a little background about me.
They
I'm a
always try
freelance
to get
makeup
you to get the
artist, I'm a
thumbs up
content
real
creator,
fast every
I
single
model,
video,
and I do
subscribe,
background acting. I do
even
all those
though
things, and
the
along with that,
content
I
is
drive for
not
Uber and
even up
Lyft to
to par,
supplement my
in
income.
my
It's
opinion.
a great part-time
And
gig
this
for
is
me,
my
and
opinion.
I work
It
anywhere
doesn't
between
mean that
20
I'm
to
totally
35
correct or
hours a
totally
week.
incorrect.
So, I have talked in the past about my
But
hourly
what I
rate. I
want to
usually
show
make
you is that she's
$20
not gonna
an
open
hour,
the app
however,
like I
that
did right now.
does
She's just gonna go
fluctuate.
straight into the
So, in this
screenshot.
video today,
And the
I'm going to be
screenshot has
breaking
no
down
name,
how many
no
hours I
nothing.
work
So
each day
they
and how
could
much I
have
make
gotten
for
that
each day.
screenshot from some other
And
driver.
I'm
You never
going
know. But
to
since she's a girl,
go
she's
over
good
my hourly
looking.
rate for each day.
She
So
has
let's go ahead and
the
start
whole
off with
hair thing
Monday,
done,
and
and
we'll end
everything
on
is gonna
Sunday,
attract a lot of
and
male
we're
attention.
going to go
So it's
over all
gonna
my
get the
earnings.
views.
So let's start with
Not
Monday.
necessarily about the content
Monday,
being
I
good,
actually took the
but
day off. So
the views are
Monday,
gonna go up
I
because
actually
you see a
took the
pretty
day
face.
off,
Of course,
so
you're
I didn't
gonna
earn
be
anything.
enticed
So let's go to Tuesday.
to see what they're talking
Tuesday,
about.
I worked for 3 hours and 44 minutes, and I made $104.
So, see,
So,
there he goes.
a little note too,
They
I
went straight
only
into the
try
screenshot.
to make
They never
like
showed
$100 a day.
them
That's like
opening
my daily
the
goal
app
is 100.
like I showed you right
and
now.
so in this day
So
in
those
particular,
screenshots could come from whoever. It doesn't mean that she did that. It just means that they're making you believe that she's the one doing this. Again, the amounts of money that they're talking about, the $26 an hour driving Uber, does not show the cost of actually running that vehicle for the amount of hours they're driving it, etc. 26 minus gas, 26 minus, the deterioration on the car, 26 minus whatever food you had to eat for that day to keep yourself going, 26 minus, etc., 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 etc. Watch out for those type of channels that want your money. Again, this is another clickbait type of thing. I lost all my money 4 months ago, yet 2 days ago he's still doing her worst Uber ride. I mean, it's just, and like dumb things like, can Uber and Lyft drivers take cash or Venmo? We all know you can. I mean, it's just, why would I spend 15 minutes of my time on something that is so dumb? Like, you can't do it. Not in the United States. Outside of the U.S., some countries do. In Mexico or Guatemala, for instance, it depends in the area that you live in those countries. Some of those accept cash, but not in the U.S. at all. So, Rideshare Professor, again, another mass referral gig. Doesn't really drive that much like the normal driver would be doing. The same drivers that he signs up or anything like that. But that brings me to a point. Since they are doing that, you see how my referral code here, I'll show you. There's my invite code. Make up to $700 for each new driver you invite who completes 100 trips. Terms apply. The key here would be if they would give, because see, not all of us have the same amount that we get for each driver that signs up. Mine is $700, but not everyone has $700 referral code. Some have $50, some have $10. It just ranges from one city to the next. But in my case, see if the app was working a little bit better, I could show you. But I don't. In this section here, down here it would tell how many friends you had driving. It used to say one friend driving, for which I never got paid, by the way. And at that point I was only a $500 referral code. But what I did was I told the person that if they would use my referral code, they would get half of the, because it's only fair that they get that amount. Because they are using my referral code, so I'm going to be making money off of them, so it's only fair that that person gets part of the money that I'm going to be making out of them. So for the $700 referral code, I give $350 back to that driver, back to the driver that made me the $700. Because again, that's only fair. That way, whatever the guarantee or whatever the bonus is for that driver, they will get an extra $350 from me. No questions asked, nothing else. And that is because I'm making money off of the people that sign up through my referral code. So they should get something back in return. That's really the way that it should be if you're referring drivers. These guys, they don't do that. None of them do that. You mean money to them. They don't need you. Let me go back. The only one that I have seen do something like that before is the Rideshare Professor, but he was only giving back 20 to 30% to some of his referrals. The last I heard, he was trying to fight Uber over $300,000 in referral money that he didn't get. But see, here's the thing. Uber has made it very known that they want you to refer friends and family. You as a subscriber to these channels, or you as a person of interest in their channel, are not their friend. You've never met these people even in real life. So right away, unfortunately, I do not agree with the Rideshare Professor in that you should not be able to get that amount of money if you haven't even met the person, However, since Uber started paying him the money since years back, I believe they should give him the money, because in this instance they have already provided him money for all the other mass referrals that he's gotten. So I don't see why they don't just pay him the money that they owe in the referrals, because he has made videos and stuff like that. I don't agree 100% with all the stuff that he says, but in that situation, I believe that they should pay it. And here's the other thing: all the money Uber and Lyft lose on giving all of these mass referral people money, they could disperse it through the drivers, the actual drivers, in order for them to have a better wage. That's why they're not able also to give you a better rate in fares, because they're losing so much money to these mass referring people. Again, this is why, and again, I'm not promoting anybody, but I do find myself coinciding with more of the things that Rideshare Revolution says, because as a 20,000 plus trip driver, I understand what it all means, what the actual bumps on the road are going to be. But hopefully you can please choose who you're going to be using the referral code from wisely, because there's a lot of these guys, again, that are not, have zero heart for you. They all they want is the money that you are going to be making for them. They can care less. Just imagine if out of the 81, close to 82,000 subscribers that this gentleman has, and he's telling you to go out there and get the referrals. If he has, out of the 82,000, let's say even just 10,000 of his mass referrals go through, that's 10,000 drivers that are now going to try to make close to $10,000 a month with Uber. There's only so much cat food. There's only so many bowls of cat food. There's way too many cats in order to eat that cat food. You don't fall into these dumb ways of trying to make $10,000. You're going to burn yourself down. You're going to run your car into the ground. And these guys are going to make money off of you through the referral code, and then they're going to make money off of you through the subscription on their channel, and then they're going to make money off of you on the views of their channel, because now they're quote-unquote helping you, because they're this good person that wants to help you become a better driver. Yep, of course. And then they're gonna make more money off of you on when you get the lowest rates with Uber and Lyft, because there's so many drivers on the road. They oversaturated the apps. So now guess what? When the apps give you less money, now they're gonna make videos on how Uber and Lyft are cheating you out of money and how they're bad, and then they're gonna make more money off of you because of those views again. So please choose wisely. That's all I'm trying to say. Choose wisely who you are going to give the referral money to. People who don't drive, or people who have 20,000 plus rides just in one app. That these 20,000 plus rides do not even include my Lyft rides, do not even include my food deliveries, not through Uber but through other companies. Please choose wisely. That's all I'm trying to say. Have a good night.